Although Barack is ahead in the polls,
Right.
why do you think it is still important for everyone to go out to vote?
Because we've seen what the Republicans are capable of doing. Uh, trust no one and get yourself to the polls, basically.
Great. As you prepare to go out and vote on November 4th, what issues are driving your decision making?
One that's pretty much on everyone's mind is the economy. I know whoever goes into office, it can't be a quick fix. We know that. The what's going on in Iraq is not so much a big issue. It's getting ready to be what's going to go on in Afghanistan. That's going to be the big issue because I got friends in the Marines who were supposed to be deployed in February to Afghanistan, but now they've been called up and they're leaving next month. So there's something big going on that we have not been hearing about through the news, but due to the fact that some of us have family members that are in the military, we know firsthand that there's something big going on. There's a lot of troop movement to Afghanistan, and I think we need to keep our eyes on that, what's going on, you know what I mean?
If McCain wins, what's your thoughts?
Get my money, and then I'm gonna probably go back to Jamaica for a little while and work outside the U.S. basically. And I've been pretty much doing that already, kind of preparing myself for what in case he comes into office. I mean, it's gonna be rough. I don't know. To me, I don't care how old he is or how many times he's been to the military. It just doesn't prove to me how much education he has. You know, you have two people who are well educated, both of them holding doctorate degrees, and I'm not really sure about the education of someone who graduated the bottom of their academy. You know what I'm saying? So if you have done your research on these people, Palin has jumped from college to college. I just don't trust that. You know what I mean? We all know Columbia University is a very distinguished university. It's very hard to get in there, and for you to pull a degree out of there, you have to be very smart. And I'm not picking him because he's a black man. That's the first thing. That's just a plus. I'm picking him because he's the most educated one, and I think other countries. I've been to other countries outside of the U.S. and they embrace him. You have kids all over the world singing about him. You have the Prime Minister of the UK who believes in him. I just feel that a lot of countries will look to us and say, oh, well, America's not that racist because at least they let a black man be president. Because right now, if you go outside of the U.S., a lot of countries think we are very racist, and which is true. America's the most racist country in the world, and we've always been. And our problem, and the crazy thing about this country, we're made up of different countries. How can you be racist to other people when we're all a melting pot? You know what I mean? We ran from the British. You know what I mean? America came over from the British, raped the Indians, killed them, and took their country. And then you have the nerve to be racist against other people? That's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Dropping jewels.
I go to everywhere around the world, and I get embraced as a black man. Not because of who I am, but first off, because I'm a black man. But when they find out I'm an American black man, they say, why do you live in America and you deal with what you deal with? And I say, you know what? It is hard, but it's still my home country, Hopefully they'll wake up and realize that we're a country made up of different people and we need to all get along. We're always screaming that all get along, but we don't do it,
Okay, so if Barack becomes president, what responsibility specifically do you think he has to the black community, if any?
Well, I mean, education is one of the most important, and also, trying to get the economy right. And I don't think it's a black issue; it's a world issue, because what America does, it's a trickle down theory. The rest of the world has to eat off of us, regardless of we want to admit it or not. What we do, the rest of the world has to deal with. Whatever consequences that we deal with here in the U.S., whatever decisions our leader makes, it's a trickle-down theory. It affects the world, and people have to understand that this man getting ready, whoever comes into office, he's really the leader of the world. You know what I mean? I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth if you think about it.